Hi everyone, this is Titancia and I have a very simple tutorial. I'm going to show you how to go from a blank pen to one with something cute in it, in my case maps. It's very easy. I know a lot of people used to do it in high school, but I never thought of doing it now as an adult until I saw it online and decided to give it a shot. Now I started with a map and a ruler. I had to, unfortunately, you twist the end of your pen off and you pull out the ink, and this is what you're going to wrap around the map around. My problem is I was trying to measure from the base of the pen because remember some of the inkwell actually goes into it, so you don't need paper that's the length of the pen. So you have to kind of eyeball it to see where the paper goes. This time I got lucky and I came across a pen that actually had something in it already showing, you know, the exact size I needed. So this time I took my paper, I started from where I wanted it to start, and I measured. And this is approximately 3.5 inches tall. So I took my paper and I marked where I wanted it to cut. The next thing you have to decide is what the best width is. You don't need a lot, but you do want the paper inside to be able to unravel and cover the outer portion. So you don't want your paper to be too small either. In my case, I also found out the width of the ruler was the perfect width to wrap around the ink barrel. Now I have a couple ready to show you. So as you can see, it's about 3.5 inches tall. There we go. And about 1.25 inches wide. So you kind of have to mess around with it and find out what you're comfortable with. This scrap of paper, like I said, is thicker, but I did these. I used the sheriff paper for Father's Day and I made some pens. I made some matte pens for an uncle. But I cut some extra ones because every once in a while I find a blank one around the house and I am insistent on decorating them all. Now the easiest way to wrap is to find something to lift your paper off the surface. I know that this pops off. It might make it easier, but for me it's easier to have something to grab. So what I do is I flip the paper so the back is facing me. So you have to struggle and bend a little bit and find the best way that works for you in order to wrap your paper, your chosen paper, around the ink barrel. I found that little lift gives me something to still grab onto if I need it. And just enough to be able to twist it in and push it into the pen barrel. The best part of this is I don't know if you're OCD like me, but this does not line up. The edge does not line up. You can see it wrap around, but you can take a pair of tweezers and kind of pull the paper and twist it until you get more of a straight line. It depends on how OCD you are. I tend to be a little more OCD than not, so I like my paper to be more of a straight line. And it's okay if the end is messed up a little bit because you're not going to see it. I've also popped this off, and I've used the edge to squish down the paper so that it reaches the bottom of the barrel because you're not going to see it. So once you pop that back in, you just screw it into place. Oops. Screw it into place, and there is your pen. Now I tend to do this with most of my pens. A lot of people at work like these, and I buy them. That's the best part. I buy them 2 for $1 at the dollar store. So you get 2 pens for $1 as opposed to 5 or 6 pens for $8 at Office Depot. So it is a fairly cheap project, but I like it because it's personal. It's, you know, you can personalize it to yourself. So you just, the most difficult thing for me was trying to figure out which way the map should go. And I decided I wanted the map straight up and down when I wrote. So that is my simple little tutorial. Again, all you need is a ruler, some paper, and some pens to fancy up. So it's very simple, very cheap, and I hope that somebody goes and uses this and makes their workplace a little happier too. Until next time, bye.